Hey everyone, welcome to an update video on the channel. I want to try and be as short as I can, but you all know me, I talk way too much. I don't want to waste your time. As your 9th favorite YouTuber, there's 8 other creators you want to go watch right now, so go watch them or stick around to hear some updates about what's going on here on the channel and why it's only been New Game Plus for the last month or so. So in case you guys didn't know, if you've been living under a rock, you may have noticed that YouTube could be that rock at this point. You may have noticed that we have not been producing new episodes of The Completionist. The latest new episode of the show was episode 399, which was SSX Tricky. And the reason why is because I wanted to take the time to pause, assess, and figure out what episode 400 and beyond looks like. I've been doing this show for 10 years almost. It'll be 10 years in September, and I love doing it. But I kind of have to try and reinvent myself every few years just to feel like I'm alive and that the content we make is good and feels different and is growing and thriving in our own unique ways. And so we don't ever stop on the show. So I decided for the first time ever to stop making new episodes just for a couple of weeks to see how it feels, and not only to see how it feels, but to kind of dive deep into what makes the show fun, why I love making the show, why the team loves making the show, and how do we make that show continue to feel fresh and new. And so we took a break. We took more than a break. It's been about a month since we took that break, and it's going to be another month for that break because of this update video right now. I'm telling you what's going on. Now, I want to be clear, I don't often talk about my health, ever, with you guys. Maybe my mental health, my mental anguish, if you will. But my physical health, I don't really share with you guys, because, let's face it, you guys come for the beard, you come for the bad G Fuel ads that we love to make fun of. Shout out to G Fuel, code Completionist, what's up? And you love games like I do, hopefully. I hope that's the one thing you take away from my shows, that you love games. I kind of hit a point where I have to talk about my health a little bit because it's becoming a problem. Rather, I've developed problems. So my whole life, I was diagnosed with this thing called spinal hemangioma. The doctors told me the day I was born, they operated on me, had this disgusting bluish tumor thing embedded into my spinal cord, right at the base of where my hip and my legs and my butt all connect together, right? And they told me that my body would eventually fight it off, that I'd build an immune system to it, and it would get rid of it. And it didn't. It didn't go away. In fact, it only got worse. I got more and more, let's call them tumors, throughout my body. They were all benign, but they'd appear everywhere. And I'd have to get surgery and surgery and surgery again and again and again. I've gotten dozens of procedures to fix stuff. I've gotten a lot of time in the doctors in the hospitals with this stuff. And that all stopped when I started The Completionist. Not because I didn't want to get help anymore, but because I felt good for the first time ever. I got enough procedures, I got enough surgeries, I got enough things taken care of to never have to worry about it in my young adult life. I could live the rest of my life, and if anything came up, I'll just take care of it. And in the last 10 years, I've only gotten one really bad lesion appear that had to get removed because it was in the way of my normal functioning systems type deal. I can talk, I'm a human. Fun fact, this is a gross story, so I hope you don't like to hear gross things, but it's funny at my expense, so enjoy. In 2015, I went to a launch party for a Resident Evil type event with a bunch of famous YouTubers and celebrities and streamers and all this stuff, and I was in the VIP lounge with my friends, we're talking, and one of my friends goes, "Hey, did you take a shower before you got here?" And I was like, "No, that's weird. Why would I take a shower? I was with you guys the whole time." And they're like, "Right, but it looks like you're wet." And they pointed down, and my legs were covered in blood. It looked like I submerged myself in a pool, and it was gross. I went to the bathroom, and sure enough, I had a growth I didn't know about explode on my leg. And I had to tie a tourniquet, and thank God I was at a Resident Evil event where there were zombies and blood everywhere, and no one second-guessed it. So I just went throughout the event as if nothing was wrong with my jacket tied around my waist, and everyone, I think for the most part, bought it. So if you're an influencer friend of mine and you saw me that night, I'm really sorry. That's why I was being very weird. So I got that procedure. I got that removed in 2015. And this was around the Splatoon 1 episode, the first part of the Splatoon 1 episode we released. And that was the only one I've gotten in the last 10 years. So why am I sharing all of this right now? So I went ahead and I switched insurances and switched doctors because I wasn't feeling like I was getting the healthcare I needed with the doctors I've had for the last 10, 11 years. So I switched, and immediately my new doctor said, hey, that blue thing on your back and on your body everywhere, that's not hemangiomas. They are, but they aren't. Something's off about them. And I'm like, okay, let's figure it out. So once again, the blood tests and the MRIs and the exams and all this stuff. And basically, they found out that I was misdiagnosed. Or rather, I shouldn't say I was misdiagnosed. At the time, I was properly diagnosed. But since I've had this thing, there's been more information about it. So I'm going to tell you guys right now what I have. It is a real thing for me. And let me tell you, as someone who is very creeped out by health stuff, the name of this is so Harry Potter and so random, you'd think I'd be making this stuff up. So, after 33 years of being diagnosed with spinal hemangioma, I was actually diagnosed with something called blue rubber Bleb-Nevis syndrome. Again, blue rubber Bleb-Nevis syndrome. What the hell is blue rubber Bleb-Nevis syndrome? Well, I'm going to tell you guys right now, according to Wikipedia. Blue rubber Bleb-Nevis syndrome is a rare disorder that consists mainly of abnormal blood vessels affecting the skin or internal organs, usually the gastrointestinal tract. The disease is characterized by the presence of fluid-filled blisters, blebs, as visible circumscribed chronic lesions, nevis. It's a venous malformation, formerly, though, incorrectly thought to be related to the hemangioma. It carries significant potential for serious bleeding, and lesions are most commonly found on the skin and in the small intestines and distal large bowel. Other organs with lesions can also be found in the central nervous system, liver, and muscles. It usually presents soon after birth or during early infancy. So, this is the most aptitude way, or rather, this is the most connected I've felt with the definition of something I've had. It has a dumb freaking name, blue rubber Bleb-Nevis syndrome. Try saying that a bunch of times. But the effects of what it's been and what it continues to be in my life are very, very much there. Now, you guys may have noticed over the years I've gotten some micro procedures done to remove some stuff from my face or from my hands or arms. Those ones are really easy, but the big invasive ones require some bigger guns, if you will, to take care of. And that's why I'm sharing all of this with you today, because I'm getting a surgery in a couple of weeks to get a lot of them removed. These ones aren't cancerous. None of them are cancerous. They just get in the way of my normal day-to-day functions. Eating, breathing, sleeping, all that stuff. So I'm getting a lot of them removed, the ones that have been really painful. But the reason why it's been so concerning for me is that one of the common problems to come from this syndrome is that you develop heavy anemia, and that heavy anemia is referred to it existing that the lesions are in your gastrointestinal tract. That's kind of where, if it goes there, it's bad news bears. And so recently I found out I was diagnosed with heavy anemia. Pretty bad anemia. So, I don't know what this means yet. I'm not trying to be doom and gloom. It's not doom and gloom by any means. But it makes me a little scared. Just because now that I know what it is, and I developed a new symptom that I wasn't used to, things are starting to make a little more sense. You know, a lot of you guys have been in the comments aggressively saying I look like Santa Claus, which, man, what a great way to feel about myself every day, huh? Comment section, you guys are the fucking best. This isn't for everyone. It's just for those 8 people who keep calling me Santa. Thanks, I appreciate it. Really great for the mental health. I found out that the gray hairs were a direct result of the anemia, and that's why they keep coming in more and more aggressively, because my blood levels in iron and zinc are very, very low. So, with that said, I have a lot to think about and consider with regards to the future of this channel. The channel's not going away. Episode 400 and more will continue. But how we approach and how we make content and my own health and how I integrate things is going to be changing everything going forward in a way. I don't think you guys will notice it, but I will notice it. My team will notice it. The things that we do in the office, we all notice it. And hopefully, in the next couple of weeks to months, all this health stuff is just okay. We just keep a close eye to it and make sure that I'm good to go. Otherwise, it's going to be a really weird couple of months. So we shall see. We shall see. So with that, let's move on to some happy news, and I'll try and get my shilling stuff out of the way so you guys can go enjoy your other favorite content creators out there on the platform. First things first, I want to give a big thank you to everyone out there who contributed to Preserved Play. For those of you who missed it, Preserved Play happened a couple of weeks ago. Our goal was to raise $20,000 for the Video Game History Foundation. We raised $73,525, all to go to the Video Game History Foundation. That couldn't have happened without all you guys at home watching, participating, and having a great time. The stream was supposed to be 2 days of just 8 to 9 hour days, and instead we went 48 hours straight. I took care of myself. I got sleep. We had a night crew, but it was awesome, and I couldn't have done it without you guys, so thank you so much. To go along with that, to celebrate 10 years of The Completionist, I decided to kind of host my own, I guess I'm not hosting it, but it's hosted amongst incredible artists from all over the world. I partnered up with some great people to bring you guys something very special. It's called the Completionist 10th Anniversary Zine. Now, for those of you guys who aren't that familiar with what zines are, zines, magazine, comic book type things that you can look at. And they have, in this case, like really beautiful art that is dedicated to a fandom or a certain video game community. And so there was one for the Super Beer Brothers a couple of years ago, and I thought, what a great way to celebrate 10 years of The Completionist by making a zine with so many great artists. So I partnered up with 50 plus different artists to bring you guys original pieces based off of Completionist history, whether it be, the regular Completionist show, New Game Plus, Top 10s, Defend It, working with other creators from my friend group, also Big Bad Bosses. And so this zine's available right now for pre-order, and all proceeds to the zine go to the Video Game History Foundation. One more time, all proceeds for the zine go to the Video Game History Foundation. I'm not making a dime of it. It all goes for a great cause. And if you want to pick one up, they're on pre-order right now until the end of April. We have 3 separate SKUs. We have the digital PDF for $10. We have the $20 paperback version, or you can get the $40 collector's edition, which basically means that the zine comes in a hard cover, like a book. It comes with a challenge coin of the TOVG logo, so it's a cool little collectible coin. Comes with a sticker pack as well as a certificate of authenticity with a letter that's numbered and signed by me. So again, if you want to pick those up, they're available right now for pre-order. You can get them at thecompletionist.com. And once again, all proceeds go to the Video Game History Foundation. Once these are gone in April, we are no longer making these. Again, once they're gone, they are gone. You gotta get them now, otherwise you're gonna miss out on Completionist history in a really cool and awesome way. Speaking of packaging and selling things from my office with my awesome team, and the last thing to talk about in this video is that we are selling shirts, brand new shirts for the Completionists, but not just any other shirt. This is a special occasion because we're about to hit 400 games, and I wanted to celebrate in a way that a lot of you fans have known over the years for the shirts we've sold. More specifically, we brought back 2 classic designs and brought 3 new ones. There are 5 shirts, theoretically 5 shirts, that you Completionist fans at home have not seen and or owned. We're going to talk about them real quick. This right here is the 100th episode special shirt. As you can tell, it's blue, like the traditional classic Completionist logo and iconography. We also have its sequel, which was on sale for a limited time at some point, and we brought it now back. 200 games completed. Boom, SNES controller. There you go. Beautiful. Those 2 designs I just showed you were classics that we brought back. People were wanting these. They wanted their opportunity, which means they're only available for a limited time because I produce the stuff myself. It's very expensive. So if you want to pick up those shirts, now's the time. If you wanted to get them, they're back now. But more importantly, here comes the new stuff. First things first, for the first time ever, I'm going through all the shirts, we have 300 games completed. It's got the patented Donkey Kong 64 controller that I love so much and cherish, that I used from the intro right there for you N64 fans. All this art is done by Drew Wise, by the way. He is an incredible pixel artist. Definitely follow him on social media if you haven't. Of course, episode 400 games completed. The brand new Nintendo GameCube controller, which will debut in a few weeks or month, whatever. Boom. Pretty cool stuff. We made a special New Game Plus variant just for New Game Plus. This is like a future shirt because I haven't completed all 120 games yet, but we wanted to make something special for the fans who really love New Game Plus. So there is a Famicom version, essentially, of the first shirt that celebrates New Game Plus. Guys, these shirts are available till the end of April. They're not pre-order. It's just based on what we have. So if you buy them today, they will ship today, hopefully. And if you buy all 5, you get 1 shirt free. Again, buy all 5 of those shirts you just saw, you get 1 for free. You can get those shirts right now at thecompletionist.com. That's all I got. I've been talking for too long. I appreciate you all. Thank you for watching. Have a great couple of weeks. I'll see you this weekend for more New Game Plus content. In the upcoming weeks, we have New Game Plus. We've got a couple of top 10s planned. We're bringing back the Completionist DLC at some point. So we're going to kind of keep treading until we get that episode ready for you guys in good shape, good to go, all that fun stuff. And hey, if you guys want more of me, you can follow me on Twitter at Completionist. Follow me on Instagram, The Completionist. Or follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/TheCompletionist. I'll be streaming all the time. I'm always there. All right, guys. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. And remember, as your 9th favorite YouTuber, I hope you have a great day. Bye.